Hi students, welcome back. This is lecture 5. I've got a good one for you. Let's get started. Let's see here. First one, as always guys, take a moment, press pause on the video and print the lecture notes so you can go through it, so we can go through it together. The first one is a noun. I want you to put 5 stars next to this one. Please repeat after me. Ruse. 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 Ruse is, in my own mind, just a trick, an action designed to confuse or mislead someone, or a trick. A plan or trick used for hiding your true intentions. And you can see, guys, I don't know if it'll focus, I underlined it on your handout. Let's see here. An example, a favorite bedtime ruse of small children is to keep asking for a glass of water to delay having to go to sleep. So sometimes children, first minute into the lecture and my papers are already flying away. Sometimes kids at night, they're under the covers and they keep asking mom or dad for a glass of water, not because they're thirsty, but they're just trying to delay going to bed. So it's a small ruse or a trick. Guys, take a look at this. Here's a photograph of some students passing a secret note in class. So before Kakao Talk, if you wanted to share or send a message to your friend, you had to very secretly pass a note when the teacher was looking in the other direction. And of course, your professor is an expert in doing this. I remember many times passing a note to friends in class when the teacher wasn't looking. But you had to be careful. I remember, this is a true story, 100 years ago when I was in middle school, I saw 2 girls. They were passing a note back and forth. That is not unusual. I've seen that many times. I did it myself. But I thought, they're going to get caught. They were not hiding it very well, in my opinion. And you had to be careful because sometimes if the teacher caught you passing notes to your friend, he or she, the teacher, would take the note and read it in front of the whole classroom, which was very embarrassing. So anyway, these 2 girls, they were passing notes back and forth, and sure enough, the teacher caught them, and she opened up the note. Students, it was a ruse. In fact, it was not a note at all. It said something like, "Dear teacher, thank you for the great class. Love, Mary and Cindy." Daebak! I was so impressed by this trick. Anyway, that's a true story. Probably the most famous ruse in world history is the legend of the Trojan horse. You might be familiar with this. I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about the legend, but there was an ancient city on the coast of what is now Turkey, and there was a long war between the Greeks and the Trojans, and the city of Troy seemed to be invulnerable. It was a custom back then to leave a gift to your enemy admitting defeat. So I guess a Greek general decided to build a wooden horse, and it looked something like this. And inside it was hollow, and soldiers were hiding inside, and the Greeks pretended to sail away. And later, once the Greeks seemed to have left, the Trojans opened the city gates. They brought inside the horse, and later that night, when the Trojans were celebrating, when they were sleeping, the soldiers came out, opened the city gates, and the city of Troy was sacked. So And by the way, guys, this story is so famous that you can actually buy little wooden horses in Turkey in souvenir shops. Anyway, Rus, let's see here. In Korean, Gelak, Cheklak. Find it on the midterm. Next, so easy. It's a verb, mortify. Please say it with me. Mortify. Let's make it past tense. Mortified. I was mortified. She was mortified. It just means embarrassed. Cause someone to feel embarrassed or ashamed or humiliated. Actually, to tell you the truth, guys, mortify is a little more than embarrass. It's nuclear embarrassment. Looks something like this. It's windy. I'm waiting for my papers to fly away. Oh no. 잠시만요. Mortified. Young or old, it happens to us all. Oh no. Have you ever been mortified? No? Only Scott? Anyway, mortified, mortify. Look at the first example. The class bully. Students, I'm going to paraphrase this and just use my own words, but this comes right from your handout here. The shy girl was mortified because the bully was making fun of her old clothes. She was humiliated. She was embarrassed. And on and on. There's some more examples, but moving on, guys. This next one is a good one. And I'm not sure if you know it or not. It's a noun. Please say it with me. Emblem. Emblem. It means, in my own mind, a symbol. Let's see here. Do I have any pictures? Guys, I've noticed sometimes when I'm riding the subway, I'll see some high school students, and I always notice that I don't know if you can see it here, but on your gyobok, your high school uniform, there's always the school emblem or mark. By the way, guys, at our university, every April 1st, freshmen wear their school uniform to campus, which is this Thursday. So I don't know if you'll be on campus, or if you still have your old uniform, but it's always fun and funny to see my students wearing their old high school uniform. Incidentally, I never wore school uniform. I want to show you something. Let's see here. Guys, I don't know if you're interested in the Harry Potter books. I'm not especially interested, but a long time ago when I was in my 20s, I used to work at a bookstore, a famous bookstore in America called Barnes & Noble. It's a little bit like Gyobo Mungo in Korea. Anyway, I was working there whenever they sold the Harry Potter books, and it was a really big event, and I wore Slytherin necktie, and none of my coworkers noticed, but hundreds of kids were pointing out that I was wearing the Slytherin necktie, and you could see the emblem on it. Let's see here. Guys, I'm not wearing a necktie today, but I did bring one. Let's see here. I don't know how well you can see it. This is one of my favorite ties. It's made by Polo Ralph Lauren, and there's emblems on it, and it's 3 lions. I'm going to try to get a close-up. I don't know if it'll work. No? Can you see it? Do you see the 3 lions, Yogi? Anyway, it looks like this. It's the royal arms of England. I don't know why they chose it, maybe just for fashion. Whenever I wear that necktie, it makes me feel debonair. Do you remember debonair? Stylish, confident, handsome. I'm not saying I am debonair, just whenever I wear that particular necktie, it makes me feel good. Anything else? Let's see here. Making a mess. Not very interesting, but this is the emblem of Queen Elizabeth. She is 94 years old. And I don't want to spend any more time on this, but I heard that some idols, Korean idols, are making some uniforms very popular. Okay, moving on. That's emblem. Just a symbol or crest. In Korean, I think you call it mark. Okay, moving on, guys. This next one, not hard, but takes some time to explain. It's a verb, entail. Please say it with me. Entail. In my mind, it means need or require. In Korean, entail is subanhara. Involves something as a necessary or inevitable part or consequence. All right. On your handout, this is mine, but I just made the font a little bigger so it's easier for me to read. But that first example, unifying Korea. I can't predict the future. I don't know if this will occur in our lifetime. And I've read some articles in scholarly journals about what it might look like, or if it's a good idea or a bad idea. But one thing that they seem to all agree on is that it will be very expensive to unite the South with the North. In other words, unifying Korea will entail or require a tremendous amount of money. A couple more examples. Your book report will entail a great deal or a lot of research. I know you probably feel pressure to find a job as quickly as you can, but before you accept that position at LG or Samsung, comprehend it entails a lot of overtime. You'll be working a lot of late night hours. Okay, so entail, subanhara. Let's look at the next one. Oh, so easy. It's an adjective. Pivotal. Please say it with me. Pivotal. Pivotal just means important. I have a kind of a longer definition here, but of crucial importance to the success of something else. Okay, a couple of examples. Can you think of something that's pivotal? What about Sunung? Sunung is seen by many as one of life's most pivotal moments.
복수에서 잠시 안내 말씀드리겠습니다.
Welcome back, guys. I hit pause on the video because there was a COVID-19 announcement. Anyway, as I was saying, Sunung is one of life's most pivotal moments, and I'm sure you've seen all of these pictures. This might be bringing up some bad memories. Anyway, pivotal, important. Let's look at the next one. All right. Aha, it's an adverb. We don't have many adverbs. Sparsely. Please say it with me. Sparsely. That means small in number and spread out over a large area. In Korean, it's demun demun. For example, Gangwon-do and Chungcheongbuk-do are the most sparsely populated provinces in Korea, meaning not many people and the population density is low. 이해했어요? So that's sparsely. Look at this next one. Students, out of all the words today, I'm certain I use this one the most. I don't know if it'll be on the midterm, but certainly it's a good word to know. It's a verb. Please repeat after me. Vacillate. Vacillate. Vacillating. I am vacillating. To alternate between different opinions or actions. To be indecisive. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of some examples. Do I have any examples? Yes. Okay, so students, it's not uncommon to vacillate on what your second major might be. 이해했어요? So you might be vacillating between, I don't know, business administration and Scandinavian language. I'm just making that up. But vacillating means to be back and forth. I'm not, but some people are vacillating whether they should get the COVID-19 vaccine. Some people have reservations. That is, some people, not me, are concerned that it might not be safe. So they're vacillating. They're back and forth, like, should I get vaccinated? Should I wait? 이해했어요? That's vacillating. I'll give you another example. 미국. Students, no joke, right now, I am vacillating whether I should go to Migook this summer. Of course, I really want to see my mom and dad. They're getting old. But it's complicated to travel abroad right now, so I'm vacillating whether I should go this summer or maybe I should wait until next summer. When I come back to Korea, I have to be in quarantine for a fortnight. I'm just not sure. I can't make up my mind whether I should go or not. My heart says yes, but maybe my brain says mulayo. Anyway, so that's vacillate, guys. It doesn't have to be so serious. Probably every day when you're hungry and you're thinking about lunch or what you want for dinner, you might vacillate between two options or so on and so forth. I'm not sure why, but lately I've been going to Baskin Robbins, and sometimes I vacillate between different flavors. I'll give you one more example and then we'll move on. For years, I vacillated whether I should go to Shanghai or Hong Kong. I eventually chose Shanghai. I went to Shanghai in 2017, and then a year later, I went to Hong Kong. Which one do I like better? Impossible to answer. I had a sensational experience. I would say, as a foreigner, Hong Kong was a little easier because more people spoke English, but I had a great time in Shanghai as well. But anyway, for a long time, I was back and forth. Where should I go, Shanghai or Hong Kong? Now, I'll tell you a secret. The pandemic continues, but when the pandemic is over, I'm vacillating whether I should go to Daejeon, so Taiwan, or Singapore. What do you think? Chuchan, do you have a recommendation? Anyway, that is to vacillate, to change your mind. What's next? Aha, a noun. Pinnacle. Do you know pinnacle? Whenever I think of pinnacle, I immediately think about a mountain. It looks like this. This is a famous mountain in Switzerland called the Matterhorn, and the top, that is the pinnacle or high peak of the mountain. But guys, I often hear it used in a different way. Yes, it does mean the top of a mountain, but look at the second definition. High peak or point, especially of success or fame. So for example, the pinnacle or high peak or point of her career or his career. Look at the example, guys. Some pop musicians reach the pinnacle of their careers comparatively early in life. The pinnacle of their career, the high point of their career. I'll give you an example. Sondambi. Guys, when I first came to Korea in October of 2007, I heard this song over and over again. It was Micha Sa. I had never heard of Sondambi, nor I didn't even know what the word Micha Sa meant, but I heard it innumerable times. Anyway, students often wonder why I joke about Sondambi. Frankly speaking, whenever I hear that song, I'm a little sentimental because it triggers memories of when I first came to Korea. Anyway, what is Sondambi doing today? I have no idea. I heard maybe she's doing some acting. I have this dream. It's kind of embarrassing to tell you, but I hope I meet Sondambi in Apgujeong, and then we can take a selfie together, and I'll post it on Instagram. Okay, that's pinnacle. In Korean, Jaljang, pinnacle. High peak or point, especially relating to fame or success. Is this the last one? All right. Guys, it's an adjective. Please repeat after me. Adequate. Adequate. It means sufficient, or in my mind, just enough. Enough for some need or requirement. For example, your grades are adequate. That means sufficient. Your grades are okay, but I think you can do better. Look at the second example. The garden hasn't been getting adequate water. Very simply, guys, your flowers are not getting enough water. Look at the last example. In Korean, 충분한. Be sure to allow adequate time to check in at the airport. So what does that mean, guys? Be sure to allow adequate time. Be sure to allow enough. So be sure to allow enough time to check in your luggage and walk to your departure gate. Again, adequate, 충분한. Guys, we have a little extra time, and I just want to, this is our 5th lecture, and I just want to review a little bit from some old lectures. Are you ready? All right. So what I'll do, I will give you the Korean word, and I want you to translate into English. Okay? Let's see here. 모방하다. 모방하다. Do you remember? Ooh. Emulate. Students, find it on the midterm. Means to match a person, typically by imitation. When you emulate someone, you imitate them, especially with the idea of matching their success. But in my own mind, it just means to be like someone whom you admire. Let's see here. Aha. 이질적인. 이질적인. English. What is it? Alien. Uh-oh. By the way, this is from lecture 1. It's okay. I'm just testing your memory. If you don't know, it's all right. What about Toki itnen? Venomous. This is difficult for me to pronounce. Gujida. Gujida. Admonish. Find it on the test. Yaganui. Bamui. Nocturnal. This is from lecture 2, by the way. Aha, how about this? Gabo. Heirloom. Ememo hohan. Ambiguous. Let's see. Just reviewing. It's okay. What about gushikli? Gushikli. Obsolete. Uwulhan. Melancholy. Aha. How about this one? Ilki Shiwan. Do you remember this? It has to do with writing. Ilki Shiwan. Legible. Find it on the test. Oh-ho. Miro. Do you remember that? Like a maze? Or migu? Labyrinth. Find it on the test. What about Jihagamak? Am I saying that correctly? Jihagamak? Dungeon. Students, if you don't start preparing for the midterm, you are going into the dungeon. Aha. Let's see here. How about this? Pulda. Emyanghara. Unravel. Unravel. What else? Aha. What is the vocabulary word for 2 weeks? Fortnight. Just remember, 14 nights. So that's that. Let's review today. Aha. What is the vocabulary word for trick? You remember the Trojan horse? Ruse. What about Subanhara, entail. What's the vocabulary word for something important? Pivotal. Aha. Okay. To be of two minds. To alternate between different opinions or actions. Vacillate. High peak or point of someone's fame or career. Pinnacle. What is 충분한? Adequate. All right, guys, listen. I brought these old lectures knowing that maybe they weren't fresh in your mind. So if I don't want you to feel panicked or scared, there's still plenty of time, but I do want you to keep these older words fresh in your mind. All right, guys, I'll stop the video here, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.